Welcome to the Uncut Chronicles. I'm Krystle.
I'm Andy.
And we are coming to you with information and topics every day, such as
culture, trending topics, shit your mammy probably don't need to hear.
So come on in with us so we can share more with you about our day. Hey, everybody. I'm Krystle.
And I'm Andy.
And today we are here at Uncut Chronicles talking about uncut nasty shit. So what we talking about today, Andy?
Okay, so I know y'all saw what happened to my girl, Teyana and Iman.
Don't say her name like that, okay? I need you to just say it again and say it right because you sound like you was a little sad and her name is so powerful. I love her so much. But okay, I'm back.
Look, I'm sad, but I'm not surprised.
Why?
Because Iman's been cheating on her. If you've been kind of keeping up with them, he been cheating on her, and he's been getting caught, and the stories keep getting buried.
So he's not good at it.
Men are never good at cheating.
This is true.
Men are never good at cheating.
But didn't they have an open relationship? Was the cheating necessary? I mean, okay, my bad. This is not my marriage. I don't know. But
I think it was a forced narrative because he wouldn't stop cheating. He wouldn't stop cheating on her, and I feel like it was kind of like a forced narrative. And then isn't it crazy how it didn't come out about if they've been separated for a long time, it didn't come out until he had got caught again with another woman.
How do you cheat on Teyana Taylor? She's beautiful. She's smart. Something. She's talented. Like, what are you not getting? How many concubines do you need? What is it? Because I just can't fathom it. I just can't. Not for them. Especially because their marriage, like, it was very freeing.
Yes.
Like, somebody they could say and do whatever they want, be who they wanted, entertain who they wanted with each other. So I'm just like, what caused that?
I really like, yes, you could tell that Teyana Taylor, she's a lot. She's a lot. And, but it takes a certain type of man to be with her. And I felt like Iman was a good man to be with her because while he was very quiet, I think we have had this conversation before. And I've said, like, he's quiet, but he's very dominant. So he ain't got to come up in there, beat his chest, and I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that in the room. Teyana knows how far she could take it with him. Mm-hmm. And he knows how to check her and humble her. Mm-hmm. And she can be very submissive with him because he knows how to handle her. Mm-hmm. And at first I thought, like, maybe she's just too much for him. Like, maybe she's over the top. And I was like, no, he got a handle on her ass. But I really just think he just like fucking around. And I sometimes, and I'm like, I think sometimes we try to dig into the psychology of certain things when certain couples break up, but then sometimes it's just like some people just like fucking around, and that's just what it is. And I feel like that's what he's been doing continuously with her, is fucking around. And I'm like, and people are like, well, how you just said, how could we cheat on Teyana Taylor? Well, how could you cheat on Beyonce?
It just goes to show that no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how successful you are, that people's desires will be what they will be.
Yeah. And that's why I said sometimes it's just like, that's who they are. That's who they are. And that's what they want at the time. And that's what they deem more, important. Their desire is more important than the person that they're with. And because this separation or breakup, it kind of felt like the Beyonce Jay-Z thing a little bit. While they didn't publicly separate or anything, make an official statement, that's what it kind of felt like. Because it was like, you got the baddest bitch.
Do you think that they're going to get a divorce?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know because of just how much they've built together. That's why I said they kind of give me Jay-Z, Beyonce vibes. They've built an empire together. And to walk away from that empire.
And their babies are super young. Yeah. And they're young too. And so to their benefit, they've got more time on their hands to get it right and to fix it. So I don't think they're going to divorce, but I think that the separation may be something they do for a while.
But they're at that year 7 mark, and that's tough. I went through that with my partner. Like that year 7 mark, you'd be like, actually,
you'd be so tired of some shit by year 7. You'd be like, you know what?
I think the grass might be green on the side. And even if it's fucking not, I might just buy some fake grass and put it over there. Like,
give me some AstroTurf.
I might put some shit over there and just water it every day.
AstroTurf. We just straight turfing it out.
Because you be fed, like year 7, you be fed the fuck up. And that's why, I kind of wasn't surprised. But he's just been cheating on her for a long time. And Teyana Taylor is very, very, very dominant. And, I could see sometimes him might get sick of that sometimes. Like, I don't want to have to deal with you barking and hooping and hollering at me all the time. I don't really want to deal with that. But I don't think that justifies him cheating. But I could see the signs. And that's why it wasn't a shock to me. It wasn't a shock.
So do you feel that maybe their sexuality was too forward? Do you feel like society's become over-sexualized because now everybody's like, oh, no, he's cheating? How do you think society plays a role in that? How do you feel like, what's the takeaway for everybody else that's been out here selling sex by the pound?
Shit. I think, like, for them too, I buy the tape.
God damn it.
I buy the tape. I'm sorry, y'all. I buy the fucking tape.
Y'all hear this?
I would
Don't sell no copies.
A voyeur. Y'all. I would watch for sure.
It's probably a beautiful tape, though. They're beautiful people. So
I'd watch
in
the
all
tape.
fairness.
I would buy it. If Apple got it on there for $5.99, I'm going to buy it.
$5.99? Gonna watch your sex tape?
I'm going to buy it. But, I really don't think when it comes to him, it had anything to do sexually. Okay. Surprisingly, I don't think that about him because you got the baddest bitch. I'm pretty sure y'all fucking the room stank. Like, the room stank. I know y'all going at it. So I don't think it's the sex at all.
Okay.
I think the infidelity is something else he's searching for. And maybe it's something within him.
Maybe.
That's he's feeling like he's not getting from her. But I, as a society, I feel like we just are very, like, sex crazed. Like, and I think it's because we consume it so much. Like, you got Suki, you got Sexy Red, I can't even open Twitter in peace in public without somebody fucking. That's how bad it is. I don't even got to be following the page. It's just on there from everybody else. And I can't even open my Twitter up in public because it's just fucking porn. You can't open Instagram. Somebody shaking their ass. Somebody got their titties. I was like, literally the other day, me and my partner was chilling and he was like, bro, he showed me a live. They were literally having full-blown sex on Instagram Live.
You lying.
Dead serious. Full-blown sex. No, and I'm like, how is this not taken down on Instagram? I posted Summer Walker on the headstand and this Instagram reported me for like nudeness and sexuality and stuff. So how is this other stuff getting? It's just what we consume. Do I think sex plays a big part in relationships? Yes. Because if you don't have sexual chemistry, you eventually gonna tip out and try to find it somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You are. I don't care what you say. But do I feel like our society now is very sex crazed? Yes. Very much so. And I don't even think people are cheating anymore for the sex. I think it's other reasons, but I think we just mask it with sex.
I think that we're not honest enough about sex early enough in life. Like in other countries, sex is just sex. And it's introduced at earlier times in life to people. So they're not made to feel like, oh, you're 18, 25, 27, 30 years old, and you just learned that you like this. People are allowed to be more sexually free and experience without judgment because it's a part of human development in other parts of the world. But in America, we act like it's a secret until you turn 18, although we're really like dousing you in it from 10 years old via Disney Channel.
Right.
And so I feel like that's a problem. So as far as Teyana and them, I just really, really, really hope that they're able to turn the page. I think all of y'all thought that Beyonce and Jay-Z was a rap. And here y'all are buying these over $1,000 Renaissance tickets, still cheering it on. So y'all fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and you don't even live with them people. So
you know what? I still kind of think that they might divorce.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. Maybe when them kids get a little older. But I still feel like that. Because you can even tell, like, when they're out together as a couple.
Isn't there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look loving at all.
It's a business. It's business with them. And especially more so on Beyonce's side. It's strictly about image and business with her. I think because he's older,
I forgot, how much older is he than her?
I think about like 13.
I think that's right. Yes.
And he's old. Don't nobody want his ass.
Okay, so confession, I was married to a person that was older than me previously.
Okay.
19-year age difference. It's different. At first, it's saucy and fun. As it continues to marinate, you gotta have the right one. I'm not saying it can't be great, but you gotta have the right one. And so at the end of the day, things do change. And a lot of these stars are a lot older than what people know they are. Because we just look at their image. We don't think about their actual age in life. This person is still looking like they're 27 to you, but actually they're 45. So that's why, age isn't really discussed in Hollywood a lot. That's why it's all about keeping that image looking, like you're the newest, hottest, freshest. But you're right. I mean, he is older than her, and I think there's a lot of experience to be had. And
he got a lot of miles on that Honda. Okay. That face is something that I have to love you for you. Because that's not a face I want to lay down at night or roll over in the morning and see. First thing. That's definitely a jump scare. So I don't know how Beyonce do it. She loved that man for him. But I've never married someone older than me, but I've dated older. And I can kind of see, like, as you evolve and you get old, and like as a woman you get older, there are some things you be like, actually, no thank you. I'm like,
it is very different. It's fun at first because you're like fun and the energetic and the fun one, and so everything's like, ooh, exciting. And then as things begin to age and as things begin to kind of tenure themselves, you're like, but I still like doing this, or I still want to do this. And this person becomes more settled in the way they want to do things, more entitled due to age. They think they're older. They can do. It's kind of like a king mentality. They want to be I'm this, but I'm that. And it's too much, I think.
It is. And it's like, that person, because they're older and like you said, they're more settled in their ways. They're not more open to evolving with you. So like, you're young, you're evolving. There's different versions. Like, I'm in a whole different version of myself than I was a year ago. So it's like, imagine you're evolving. Somebody just like, at this point, I'm about 50 some years old, bitch. I ain't got it in me. Like, you get what you get at this point. It's not, you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to be fun. It's not fun, quote unquote.
I'll say that I married when I was younger. I married in my 20s, and I was married well over 7-8 years. To someone that was 19 years older than me. And I'll tell you that who I was in my 20s and who I became throughout that relationship were a night and day difference. It's almost like going from silly teenage 18-year-old you to 30-year-old you. Oh, yeah. There's no comparison almost, because when you're young, you don't know a lot, or you only know some things, but you don't know it through experience yet. And as you get that experience, and as you, I think, fall more in line with your own character, you begin to see life differently. Oh, for sure. And you begin to see some ways that things can be manipulated. You begin to see a lot of things. And so you're like, you know what? I don't think this is it. It's not it. You're not willing to compromise or whatever the situation may be. Okay. And so I just think that people learn and grow. And I think you have to be aware of that. Just like, what's her name? Jeannie Mai. Yeah, those two. They divorced him.
Jeezy filed.
He filed. He said he out of here. What you think happened?
I honestly think he just got sick of her.
What do you think she did?
Well, allegedly, it's alleged that she cheated on him. But
the audacity.
But I think the other thing is with him, I honestly think that because he thought that she was younger and she was, exotic.
Here we go.
That she was going to be more submissive. She was going to be more able, he could mold her into what he wanted her to be. And I think when they had that baby, the whole dynamic shift, and he probably got a whole different version of her. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not.
But she says kind of crazy stuff anyway. So he really don't tell him.
He knew that though. He knew who she was way before all of this shit.
He put her on a pedestal for the rest of us, like, oh, this is what y'all should aspire to be. And everybody was like,
no.
I don't No, I don't think that's the prize, but okay.
If you think so, sure. You like it, I love it. But I honestly feel like things changed when she had that baby. And there's this whole Twitter discourse about, oh, she probably wasn't taking care of him anymore. And y'all have kids and y'all forget to take care of y'all husbands and you don't know what she was going. And I'm like, why was that the first thing y'all thought about with them? He probably got like what, 2-3 other kids? He ain't new to this. He ain't know what come with that.
Right.
Now this might be the one that he actually stayed with and, 2-parent home with, but he's not new to this. So he knows what comes with having a child and raising a child and whatnot. But I honestly just think she wasn't what he thought she was going to be. I honestly feel like that. And I think that's another thing. That's a whole nother conversation of, a lot of times what we're seeing now is more Black men marrying outside of their race, which is not a problem to me. I don't marry who you want to marry. But I think they marry them for the wrong reasons. And when she wasn't that stereotypical Asian woman that he probably was looking for, I think it turned him off. I think it turned him off because a lot of times, like, men will go, like, these passport bros will go marry these women and they'll be like, oh, well, I marry Asian women because they're more submissive. I marry Asian women because they know how to be a wife. I marry Asian women because they whatever fetish, whatever shit they looking for. And Jenny Mai is more westernized and she plays into this Black woman character and she's not like that. She's not like that at all. And I think after being together, and y'all was only together for 2 years. The fuck? So, I mean, he knew who she was, but I just think she wasn't moldable to him. He couldn't make her who he wanted her to be, and she probably wouldn't bow down as gracefully as he was hoping so. And I feel like that's probably what broke him up. And for him to file, and her saying, like, I thought we was cool, that told me that was enough for me.
See, so we don't know what Iman and Teyana gonna do. And then we over here looking at, Jeezy and Jenny like, And
Kevin Samuels was vouched for them.
Oh, goodbye. And he 6 feet under, goodbye.
He was vouching for him. He said that's who.
Didn't he have a thick nurse on top of him? Leave me alone.
An overweight nurse.
But you didn't even like thick people. Goodbye.
Child.
So here's my thing. I think people should tread lightly on the things that they like and dislike because people in life change. But I hope that some of these couples stay together. I know for others, there's no hope, unfortunately, for them with their current partner. But I feel like in society, we got to be careful of what we tout to be the best or what we tout to be most important because character at the end of the day is really what keeps a lot of great relationships together. And if you're putting ass before character, a whole lot of shit is going to crumble. Because that change is always something younger, tighter, more muscular, coming behind you. That's just the norm of life. But you learn not to be so easily impressed with that you look for things that really matter. So for me, I just really hope we get this together. But I am kind of sad to hear about all these little couples falling like London Bridge, honey. I mean, this is a hot mess. Who's the contractor on? Who got these contracts? Please rebuild.
Shit. I feel like you kind of know who gonna last and who not gonna last, and I think they know too. But I think a lot of times, especially in that celebrity world, a lot of stuff is business over love.
Yeah, even if they have contracts for shows and stuff. If the contract was for 5 years, you only married for 2, you about to cheese it up for the next 3.
And I kind of low-key feel like that's Teyana and Iman's thing.
They got to keep it together because they have contracts and you cannot violate those contracts. You better look like you still together.
Okay.
And that's why some of these couples don't divorce. They have too much on the line legally. If a show is paying you 6-7 figures, you can't just break the contract because y'all don't like each other no more. It's not the way business works. That's why I said a lot of y'all can't wrap your head around it because you work at UPS. It's not your world. It's just not, honestly, it's not your world. You don't understand how deep it goes financially. You cannot just walk away. A lot of y'all break y'all leases at y'all apartments for rent. So you dang on sure can't understand what it's like to have a 5-year contract worth 7 figures to do a show because you're used to just getting up from anything and everything. And sometimes, baby, when it comes to contracts and money and attorneys, it's just not that simple.
It's really not. And that's why I'm like, it's easy for us normal people to put judgment on them because we have more choice.
Mm-hmm. You have more freedom.
What we want to do, and they don't. So it's easy to turn your nose up and be like, well, I wouldn't do that if I was me. If that was me, I would have. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Okay, but you ain't got millions of dollars on the line to make those type of like willy-nilly choices. Okay, you gotta think smart. So that's why I'm just like, okay, it's easy to say what you would and would not do when you making the average salary. But when you up there with them, everything's a business move. Everything, all these assets like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they got so many fucking assets together. They got so much stuff they both tied into. I'm gonna hang around and just hope he croak early. At this point.
I mean, because to divide all that up is gonna be a nightmare. But I'm sure there's some other provisions in place, some protections, but still, it's still gonna be a lot. Mm-hmm. So they're just gonna ride it out. Mm-hmm. You go live here, I live here. We smile for the pictures, smile for the kids, do things for the kids and move on.
And that's it. And I think a lot of celebrities do that, especially a lot of like power couples. Mm-hmm. I think they do that quite often. I just think in Iman and Teyana's situation, Iman just got real sloppy. And
how dare you embarrass me out in these streets?
Yeah, and she had to clean it up with, well, we've been separated for a while. Like, no, the fuck y'all have not. Y'all got to now because he won't stop cheating and he won't stop getting caught. So now you got to. But I think they're trying to hold it together and be very, amicable because of how much they got on the line together as a family. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Well, y'all, it was a long one. I mean, these folks just... It's a lot. We'll keep y'all tuned in, though. We'll find out more. We'll do our research and see what's going on. But, I'm Krystle.
I'm Andy.
And we are here at Uncut Chronicles saying things that
this shit ain't for your mammy, really.
At all. Because she ain't even close to Teyana Taylor. Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.
The Uncut Chronicles is part of the Breaking Ice Building Bridges community podcast platform brought to you by Possibilities.